guys, real quick, wanted to kind of touch base again on injuries. All right, check out my salary cap, 2.02 million. Okay, I got this message just now. All right, he got hurt in training. He's going to be out 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, now, right here, it's going to ask me a couple questions. I have 3 options here. All right. Basically, it's saying he's picked up a nasty injury and can be moved to the disabled list or the season injury or season-ending injury list. Now, the season-ending injury list is just that. That means that I will take that player and put him on this list, and he is not to return to to the campus at all. He's done. He has the rest of the year off. All right, until preseason starts, or the end of the season, technically. If you make the playoffs, it's, later in October timeframe, November. If not, it's September, October timeframe. Okay, so he will be gone. He'll be off the team, but he still gets paid, but his money is freed up from the salary cap. Okay, and I'm able to replace him. Or, second option, I can place him on the disabled list, and I'll get into that here in just a bit, which is what I'm going to do. Or third, I don't do anything. I just let him sit at the club and not let him do anything. Okay, so 3 options once again. I can go ahead and place him on a season-ending injury list. I can put him on a disabled list, which I'm going to cover. Or I could do nothing. Okay, now, if he has, let's say he has an injury, he's going to be out 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, obviously I won't get the season-ending injury list option down here. I'll just get the disabled list option. Okay, now, if I don't have any games for that month, I don't need to do anything, okay? Now, why would I want to put a player on a disabled list? Well, it frees up that roster spot. He's going to get paid regardless, okay? The money is still going to be there in the salary cap on the disabled list. He still takes up places and whatnot, okay? His salary is basically held. On the season-ending injury list, his salary is freed up, and his pay comes out of my payroll. He gets paid, and that's how it's supposed to work, okay? Now, either way, the slot is freed up. Now, here's the dilemma, okay? I'm going to go into my squad registration real quick. And I'm going to show you. Right now, I have 30 players. Oh, that's the B team. Well, that reminds me. You see how I have a player here registered? And it says I have 30 players now registered because I registered one from the B team. Okay, I didn't move him to my main team. I registered him from the B team. All right, now if I want to take him away, it's real easy to do. I just click. Now, if you notice, some of these don't have check marks I can check. That means they don't have big boy contracts. They just have little contracts and youth squad contracts, B team contracts. Okay, now if you notice, Wander is out. All right, he is out, and I can't select him because he's injured, okay, but his spot is still held with the team unless I put him on one of either the season ending list or the disabled list. If I do that, this drops down to 29. All right, and you'll notice, depending on what list I put him on, this will either stay the same or it will go down, okay, and it will enable me to bring up other players or whatnot. I don't recommend bringing up anybody. I recommend having players in your B team that have big boy contracts that you can just add to the team to take his place. And that's why I added Hall already. I did that prior to showing this video. As you noticed, I have Hall right here. He's registered for the senior team. He's still in my B team, but he can play with us now. And he's going to take the place of Tyler Wander because he's a striker. All right, that means that my other guy's going to get all the starts, Nikolai. He's going to get all the starts, and Hall will be the sub. Unless, of course, he's dead tired, then, we'll go from there. All right, but that's what happens when you have an injury, okay? You have, once again, 3 options. You can put him on a season-ending list. If the injury's it has to be more than 2 or 3 weeks long before you get that message. I don't know why you'd ever want to do that unless you're getting close to the season ending, then you can do that. But that's a whole other issue in itself, all right, which I don't want to talk about in this video, all right? But in this case, I am going to put him on the disabled list, and I'm going to show you what happens here, all right? Now, on the disabled list, they're automatically disqualified for the next 6 matches. Okay, say he's out for, I don't know, 3 months. Okay, at this rate, I'm playing 2 matches a week. So by putting him on the disabled list, he's going to be able to come off the disabled list and still be injured. Okay, so that's why sometimes I don't even do anything. But sometimes they're not injured anymore, like if it's out for 2 weeks, and you go ahead and put him on a disabled list, and I only play, 3 matches, then he's going to be out for a little bit longer for no reason. Okay, now, once the roster freeze date happens, which is in September before the playoffs, if I put somebody on the disabled list, they're not going to be able to come off of it and play with the team. They could come off of it, but they won't be able to play with the team. They can't be registered. All right, but that's a whole other video in itself. I just want to talk about what happens when you have injuries and what happens. Okay, I am going to put him on that because he's going to be out for quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and put him on. Matter of fact, he's going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks. Yeah, there's no sense in even, I might as well just go ahead and put him on it. All right, he's on the disabled list. Now I'm going to show you what happens. Squad. I don't know if it processed yet. That's the thing. Okay, it did. It took it off. And see, it stayed the same because he's on the disabled list. All right. And you'll see down here, disabled list, 6 matches. Okay. What that also did was freed up another international slot. Yes, I have 16 slots. I have 50 international players on my starting 30. But that's what happens. So now technically I could go sign another player. I don't usually do that. Not sign, I'm sorry. I can go promote another player by doing this if I wanted to. Let me see. What players am I able to... I got a few more I can that have big boy contracts, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it at 29. I like to have it at 29 just in case there's a player out there that I want to sign during this transfer window. Then I don't have to go move around my registration. I still have an opening for him to come into the team. Because when you sign players in the MLS, you can't sign them for your B team. I don't know why. That's the most ridiculous, asinine thing I've ever heard. You cannot sign players for your youth teams. I don't get that. But in MLS, you cannot, at least in Football Manager. You can in real life, but not in Football Manager. So always keep an opening in case you find that wonderful player that you absolutely have to have. All right? So anyhow, I just want to show you that, and I'm going to confirm it, even though it doesn't have to be confirmed. It's already confirmed. All right, but that's what happens when you get an injury in the MLS, and how to get around disabled list, season ending list, and doing nothing, and how you can but how you can, let a young kid play. All right. Ooh, Peyton Manning, I want to get you, but not for that price. Anyway. That takes care of that, guys. So I'll be having these little tidbit videos every now and then. So hopefully you learn something and ask some questions. I'll be more than happy to help. So thanks for watching and have a good day.